All right, so we are off. It is October, and wow, we already have an October surprise. So tensions in the Middle East, the S&P 500 yesterday dropped. Crude oil was skyrocketing. Right now, crude oil is dropping. So what's happening? Tesla reports deliveries, and there's a surprise there. Nike stumbles. We'll have to talk about this. And then we are in jobs week. So jobs report are coming out on Friday, and we had more news this morning from the jobs market. So there's a lot to talk about. And with that said, let's get started. So welcome to Coffee with Markus and Mark. And in this show, we are going to talk to you about what's happening in the markets and how we are trading it. And yes, I am still in California. Last day, heading home today. Will be in the office tomorrow, Mark, and I can't wait to get off this time zone.
It's all right, Marcus. It's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone, even though I mean it was beautiful to see these sequoia trees. That is very impressive. Had a good time with that.
Yeah, glad you made it out there.
All right, so let's talk about it. Yesterday, I mean, you covered for me. Thank you very much. And tensions in the Middle East sent stocks lower, and yesterday, it sent crude oil skyrocketing. I mean, yesterday crude oil was trading up to 72 this morning. Crude oil also strong, but dropping. Stocks kind of around unchanged. So what's happening here?
Yeah, this is where yesterday there was news that there was a imminent threat and possible missile attack on Israel, and that ended up being true. Took place, and it seems like the damage was minimal. But still, that geopolitical uncertainty in the Middle East, not quite sure how that's going to play out and if it's going to escalate. Sending crude oil higher, popped above $72 a barrel, right now around 71. Still up for the day, but it looks like right now retreating a little bit. VIX also spiking huge on that news.
Yeah, so the VIX, the fear index, let's take a look at this. Let's actually take a look at it at a 5-minute chart, and we see that the VIX yesterday spiked solid above 20, even this morning above 20, but now retracing. I mean, just a few
Yeah.
minutes ago, we still have been above 19, right now trading below 19, so dropping quickly. And that's kind of what we already know. I mean, buy the rumor, sell the facts, or the other way around, right? I mean, sell the rumor, buy the
Yeah.
facts. So yes, the rumors were there. There's uncertainty, and then as soon as it happens, the uncertainty is getting sucked out of the market because now it happened, and now we know the outcome.
Exactly. And that's where it's markets don't like uncertainty, and that's when you get that fear. That's when you get that spike, and that's where I think that you see it mostly in the options market, and that's why I love trading options because you get that overreaction and that expansion in the pricing because of volatility that opens up the door to more opportunities to trade.
Yeah. So these news are a little bit overshadowing of what's happening this week, and this week is all about jobs. And if you look at the economic calendar, we see that on Friday we have the big one, the jobs report. Let me just change this to a different color. This way we can see it better. And this morning, the ADP non-farm employment change being released and coming in as a surprise.
Yeah, look at that. So all week about jobs. Yesterday, Jolt's jobs coming in higher. So that was the first start to a decent week of jobs reporting there. And we see that the ADP number, now this is private payrolls, and this coming in with 143,000 jobs versus the 124 that was expected, also higher than the previous month of 103,000.
Right. I mean, so this is good news. Again, the big one will be on Friday, but this is where traders like to look for tea leaves and clues of what can we expect on Friday. And so far, it seems that the labor market remains to be strong. So this is all for the Goldilocks scenario that, okay, inflation is coming down and the jobs market is still strong and the economy is still strong. And so if you look at the Fed Watch tool here, we see, okay, still 33 percentage probability of a 25% cut. So we're kind of back to normal. No emergency cuts after we saw the half a percentage point cut from from the Fed. When was it? Last week? Time flies when you're having fun. Anyhow, so
Yeah,
this is where right now it seems that traders say, all right, seems that everything is under control. So we are moving lower in interest rates, but in a controlled manner and not in a panic mode.
exactly.
All right. Well, we have a few stocks that are making moves this morning. And first up, I mean, we can take a look at the heat map here. And looking at the heat map, we already get an idea of what's moving here this morning. And one of the big movers is Tesla. I mean, Tesla right now down 4.7%. Earlier, Tesla was down, I think, more than 5%. So Tesla remains just a volatile puppy here. Look at this on a 5 minute chart. We see how at first dropping like a rock right now, bouncing back a little bit.
And it's interesting because Tesla reported delivery numbers of 462,890 vehicles versus the 463,310 that was expected. So, based on my math, what that's well, 420 vehicles off. But I think this also it goes to where there's a lot priced in, right? Sometimes the number isn't as important as what gets priced in and what traders are hoping for. And like, does this drop is this warranted? Well, I think it was because yes, it was a bit of a disappointment and it might be a minor difference, but it was already priced in that they could do better, which wasn't the case.
Yeah. All right. Then we also have Nike. Nike reporting earnings yesterday, plummeting today 5.7%.
Yeah, this one is interesting, and we know that there's a new CEO, but uh, earnings beat, revenue miss. However, it seems like the bigger concern, bigger issue here is they pulled their full year guidance and delayed their investors day, and so I think that it's going back to that uncertainty. Like, okay, we're not looking too hot for the year because we're pulling guidance, but what comes next?
Yeah, and that's kind of okay. New CEO, usually you have some strong expectations and you hope that the CEO has a plan of what's going to happen with Nike. And this is where they say, well, you know what? The CEO doesn't have a plan just yet. So why don't we just take any forecast off the table, any outlook, and we'll let you know later. So this, of course, is not good. And in stark contrast, for example, to Intel, where recently Intel actually said, all right, we have a plan for restructuring. I mean, weaker right now, but initially made a nice move here coming off the lows. So that is a 30% move after they said we do have a plan. Nike, on the other hand, seems to tell investors, well, we don't have a plan just yet, but we're working on it. And I mean, as I said, the investors' day also postponed is until further notice.
Yep.
And then in the healthcare sector, Humana, ticker symbol HUM, down 17%, one of the worst days in history for Humana.
Yeah, this is another interesting one. And we actually talked about this in our mastermind call yesterday. And there was a trader that asked about it as a possible wheel trade because we started to see some premium in the options actually. And the chart, I really just didn't. There's something about the chart that I didn't like, that didn't sit well with me based on that drop that we've seen. And it's trading near some support. Fundamentally, it looked decent, but it was starting to slide and accelerate. And I had concerns of what happens if we get through the support level. Now, I didn't expect it to be this big piece of news that sent it plummeting, but interesting to see that it started out yesterday. Now, the issue here is that Medicare Advantage, the Centers for Medicare and Medicare Services, they give bonuses to insurers who have 4-star ratings for their Medicare Advantage plans or higher. Now, with those 4-star ratings, Humana, their most popular plan, was rated at 4.5. So in 2024, 94% of their members were on that plan, and that meant that they're getting these nice bonuses. Now they revised that rating, sent it to 3.5 stars rather than 4.5 stars. So now that plan would not be eligible for their bonuses, and that means that only 25% of Humana's current members are on plans with 4 stars or more, which means that they could miss out on this huge chunk of bonus coming their way because of that rating. So investors not liking that, although maybe a little bit of an overreaction because we've seen a rally off of those lows, but definitely a rough day. In fact, the worst for Humana since 2009.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, that's what's going on in individual stocks, and we'll take a look at our positions right now, and then we come back to the markets and see what we are doing for the rest of the day. So, WTF? I mean, we do have some action here on our Win the Fear scanner, and this is not surprising. I mean, after yesterday, we had a down day. We had two new signals, but before we go to the new signals, let's talk about our exit signal. PepsiCo, PEP. We had an exit signal today, and boy, I mean, am I glad that I took the exit signal this morning because PepsiCo right now slumping. Look at this.
Yeah, following the rules, it was a small win, and I'll take it. I got in at 170.99, and today I closed it at 171.50. So a small win. Marcus, I know you got a better fill on the original entry at 170.80.
Yep,
So a nice little win, but following the rules, it's a winner. Not following the rules, right now you're sitting on
it's
a
tough.
loss.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Still have one open position, Johnson and Johnson. That is a position that you took. I did not take. You got in at 160.24 right now, trading above the entry at 161.60. No opportunity for me to enter late here and possibly getting a better price. So we'll see how this pans out. But for now, nothing to do here for me.
Yep.
All right, and then the new signals. We have CCEP, Coca-Cola, Europe, Euro-Pacific Partners, CCEP, the ticker symbol. So I got filled this morning at 77.27, right now trading at 77.56. So seems that we're off to a good start here.
That works.
Yeah. And then the next one, Mondelēz International, MDLZ. So MDLZ initially sliding, but they're now bouncing back off the lows. I got filled at 72.86 right now, trading at 72.46. So we're just 40 cents below the entry. Let's see what happens with this one. But these were the new entries, and I took both of them. What about you?
I did.
Yeah.
I took him as well.
All right. Good. So we have now three open positions right now with the CCEP, MDLZ, and then Johnson and Johnson for you, not for me. So I have two open positions. You have three. Hopping over to the wheel, and we do have some action there. First off, BP. I mean, wow. What a move all over the place. I mean, yesterday, with crude oil spiking, a phenomenal day, up 2.23%. Today, starting off strong, sliding a little bit, but still up 3/4 of a percentage point. Have you been able to sell calls just yet?
No, I looked this morning at the open because we had a nice start, got as high as 32.64, and it looked like for my plan, what I would need premium wise, I would be able to sell the 33.50, and I'm looking to sell at a higher strike. So not yet.
Yeah. Haliburton also yesterday having a great day. Yesterday up 1.5%. Today slightly down 1% with crude oil retracing. So is Haliburton. So I haven't been able to sell calls just yet. So this where our cost base is at 34.50. Our break even at 31.97. So we'll see how this shakes out. All
Yep.
right. Don't want to skip CSIQ. Geez, this is a volatile puppy here right now, isn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah, moving all over the place, and this pullback is still orderly, right? If you draw a trend line there off of the lows in September, it's pretty steep here, and we're still in this trend, even though it is an aggressive slope. So on one hand, not worried about it, but gosh, it would be nice to just jump right back to 17 and higher.
Yeah, and we know we have been talking about it that there is some resistance right here around 1750 to 18. So that is definitely a level that we first need to clear. A couple of days ago, we scratched the 1750 and bounced off this resistance level here right now. So we'll see. The support level is, I want to say, somewhere around 1450. So right now we are trading at 1576. So we'll see. I mean, just continue the move higher. As I said, it is orderly and it is just a massive move that we have seen here off the lows to these highs. I mean, this is a 52% move. So
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit of retracement is kind of normal, and we'll see. But yeah, please continue this move. We're loving it.
Yeah, I could see some support in 15 to 1550. I don't think we need to get down to 1450.
We
But
do
that
not need
15
to
to
do that
1550
yet.
zone. Yep.
Colds. KSS. I mean, this is a ticker symbol that I'm in. The sign of 2150 was able to sell calls against my existing position here, catch some sort of premium. Right now, my break even at 2037, today trading at 2053. So pulling back a little bit today, down 0.8%, but this is behaving nicely. Trading in the range where I wanted to trade so that I can sell calls against my existing position. No complaints here at all. Merck next on the list. And Merck again doing its own thing yesterday. While the overall market was down, Merck was up 1%. Today, while the market is not doing anything, Merck is down 1.5%. Merck doing its thing. Nothing for me to do with this one just yet. So we'll see what happens there. Trading slightly below my break even. My break even at 115.47. Right now trading at 113. UPS, little buddy. I mean, we told you, come on, this is it. You broke out of this range. Stay above this range. We know that we were in this range between 124 and 132, breaking out all the way up to 137, and now pulling back a little bit with the overall market at UPS. Okay, previous resistance should now act as support, so this is where we wanted to go.
132 is the line in the sand, in my opinion. We need to stay above 132 for the move higher to continue. If we break back below it, then I think we're just stuck in this range again, which is not what I want.
Yeah. And then I believe you took a trade yesterday, right?
I did. And it's funny because I mentioned it at the beginning of the coffee with Mark and forgot to talk about it. But I sold puts on SWKS.
Which puts did you sell?
I sold what was it? It was the 92 put for Friday, and I got 39% annualized on that one. Right now, looking pretty good.
Looking good. I mean, bouncing up today, up 2%. So this looks good. But even if you get assigned at 92, you're okay with it because that's what you have
Oh yeah,
determined that you're okay or owning the stock. Skyworks Solutions, SWKS here at $92.
yep. And right now, those are up 68%. I do have an order to close at 80% max profit based on my plan. So we'll see if that happens.
All right. All right. Looking good. So we'll take a look at the overall market here in just a moment and see what we're doing right now. I mean, we started off negative because of the tensions. We'll be able to move higher again. But before we do this, it is the time for our dad jokes. And did I see this right in the comment that yesterday you told a joke that we have told before?
Marcus, let's just go back 2 more days where on Friday I kicked your butt with the best dad joke ever. It wasn't even close. On Monday I came in super strong and won again. And then yesterday, without any competition, it fell flat. And yes, I believe I told a joke that I've already told, and it wasn't even a good one at that. So a little bit disappointing. I know.
All right.
Embarrassing.
So today, vote for Pedro. Anyhow, okay, I'll let you go first.
Yeah,
What do you got
it's
for us
still going
today?
to
You
be
got a new
embarrassing
one?
today, but a step up. Do you want to hear a joke about paper? Never
Sure.
mind. It's terrible.
Okay.
I
Okay.
know. See, that's
Okay.
it.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Bring it, Marcus.
Yeah.
I'll gift you a win.
What do you call a long line of people who want to hit you?
Family? No.
That would be a that would be a punchline.
Oh, okay. I'm just joking about family.
Okay. All right. So there you go. Vote for us. Vote for Pedro. Let us know which of these jokes you like better. And with that said, look at this 5-minute chart of the S&P. We just turned positive in all three indices. The Dow up
Wow.
0.16%, the S&P up 0.16%, the Nasdaq leading this morning up 0.3%, the Russell kind of unchanged, and the VIX keeps falling down 3.3%. So it seems that, yeah, yesterday the uncertainty of what's happening in the Middle East after the strike happened and the damage apparently was minimal. So it seems that markets are shaking it off. We are trading at session highs in the S&P. We are trading at session highs in the Dow. We are trading at session highs in the Nasdaq, and right now lagging the Russell, just diddling along here right now.
Yeah. Do you think we continue to move higher today?
I believe so. I believe so
Me
because
too.
I mean the markets want to move higher, and again, if we didn't have the tensions in the Middle East, all of the focus would be on the economic data, and right now on jobs. Good jobs report yesterday. Good news from the jobs market today. So this is why, sure, why wouldn't we move higher? And yesterday, yeah, geopolitical tensions, of course, putting a damper in the market. But I think if we are looking back at the U.S. market, it just wants to move higher. So yes, I believe that today will be another positive day.
Absolutely agree.
All right. With that said, hey, I hope that you enjoyed the show. If you did, do me a favor and give us a like. And after the show, leave a comment and let us know which of the dad jokes was better today. Hint, hint. And hey, if you feel that this is information worth sharing, there's a share button right underneath. Please feel free to share it. We really appreciate it. And with that said, we'll see you again tomorrow back in Texas. And until then, have a great rest of your day.
Happy trading, everybody.